Today, BT and RBC are celebrating Blue Water Day. This is a day that promotes responsible water use, also to appreciate the fact that Canada's freshwater reserves are some of the largest in the world, something that we probably take for granted. Joining me now in the studio to tell us all about this initiative, water expert Bob Sandford. And we call you a water expert because your resume is too long. So we're just condensing it and calling you a water expert.
Thank you, Tara.
Okay, tell us about Blue Water Day. What is it and why is it so important?
First of all, I think it's important to recognize RBC's commitment to understanding water issues in Canada. When RBC began the Blue Water Project in 2007, most Canadians didn't think there were problems with water. But when you look at it, Canada's population is growing, our economy is expanding, so it shouldn't surprise us that we begin to have the same kinds of problems with water that other countries do abroad that have led to a global water crisis.
Okay, so what is your sort of key message to Canadians on a day when we are thinking about drinkable, swimmable, fishable water for us and for the generations to come?
I think it's important to recognize that we should not automatically take for granted that our waters will be drinkable, swimmable, fishable, that we need to tend to these water matters, and that's what RBC's program is attempting to do. Draw attention to the issues, give support wherever possible to those trying to resolve those issues, so that in the future we can count on high degree of water quality and our lifestyles being sustained by that.
You mentioned something to me called the Canadian Water Attitude Survey. What is that?
Well, I think it's important, too, to recognize that RBC has done a great deal for not just individual organizations working in water, but the overall water management community in Canada. And one of the ways in which they've done that is through an annual Canadian Water Attitude Survey, which polls Canadians on what they know about their water resources, what they're doing to protect those resources, and what the issues are now and are going to be in the future so we can address them. This is extremely valuable to everyone working in water, from scientists right up to policymakers and those running our water resources in big cities like Calgary.
Well, clearly there are huge initiatives in terms of policy that need to take place. But what does a person like me, an average Joe or Jane, what do you do to help make sure that we conserve water for future generations?
First of all, I think it's important that Canadians do take water for granted, and we are among the greatest wasters of water per capita in the world. So in a place like Calgary, for example, we have to recognize that our water resources are, in fact, limited. We have fully allocated all the water in the Bow River. So for the average person, they should realize, first of all, that they should know where their water comes from, how much they use and what they use it for. And they should also understand that water is going to be a lot more precious in the future.
Okay, pay attention, and today is a great day to bring attention to that. For more information, you can head to rbc.com/bluewater, and anywhere else you want to direct people so they can learn more?
Well, certainly look there. That's a good place to start.
Okay, more information, as always, at breakfasttelevision.ca.